Why are some employees afraid of speaking up? To answer this question, let's use a framework and map out the roots. And feel free to take a screenshot. Let's start by defining a symptom, dive into the factors on why it exists, and then branch out to the root causes. And so let's begin by talking about the symptom, which is the fact that employees are withholding their voice at work. Ideas are not shared, concerns are not spoken of, and small problems grow bigger as time passes. Leaders are trying to listen, and many leaders aren't interested. So to understand this symptom, we'll break it into the top 3 factors on why this happens. And the first factor is that employees are fearful of being scrutinized by their leaders and potentially understand the risk of losing their job if they say the wrong thing. But why is that? And the first root cause is employees who are heavily reliant on their job as their primary source of income are rather risk averse and cautious about what they say. So not saying anything means that they are not attracting any attention to themselves. Maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing. And secondly, any actions that lead to a poor impression from leadership is what we often tend to avoid given our financial incentives are decided by the same leaders. For example, if your boss is making judgments on how much of a bonus you are going to receive, you wouldn't want to say the wrong things in front of him or her and risk making a bad impression. Now, factor number 2 is that cultural norms have traditionally dictated that employees shouldn't talk about issues unless they have the solutions to fix them. If you think about it, if leaders are only focused on the solutions which you may not have, talking about a problem might be a difficult thing to do for some employees. So why is that? That's because of a lack of a safe environment for people to express their concerns, often which leads to great ideas from ever being thought about. Because if you don't talk about the problems, you may come up with the wrong solutions altogether. And second, culture repeats itself. Existing leaders who worked for former leaders with a closed-minded approach may repeat the same way of working and adapt a closed-minded approach with their own employees in the future as well. And the final factor of why employees are afraid of speaking up is because of the fear of imposter syndrome or coming across as inauthentic. So why is that important? Well, it is because in this influencer culture that we live in today, some people struggle to share their thoughts with the assumption that they are not bringing anything new to the discussion. And employees feel as if there is nothing they can contribute with. And finally, the fear of being judged is something of a common phenomena or a psychological attribute, since no one likes to be seen as the weak link in the group. So let's recap. These are the top 6 root causes why employees struggle to speak up. First, a job is a primary source of income for many employees, and there is too much to lose if you say the wrong thing in front of the wrong people. And business leaders make decisions on performance-related bonuses, and even if they should fire or keep an employee is something that they can have a lot of control over. So employees saying the wrong thing can be a risky move. And on the other hand, if leaders are close-minded, then they are less interested to hear about an employee's problems. And employees who later become leaders may learn some of these wrong attributes and repeat the same culture with their own employees in the future. Moreover, employees may suffer from imposter syndrome, therefore thinking that they cannot come up with original ideas of their own. And finally, they may fear being judged by others if their ideas are not welcomed in the same manner that they had initially expected. So here is my question to you. What is your number one tip to fix these root causes? Share with your thoughts by leaving a comment below. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, help me by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, and sharing this with a friend. I will see you in the next problem solving video.